There is a resize command, like with OpenCV. So it's weird that like when I took the picture, they weren't resized, but now they are. It's like, what does that mean? Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's gonna look nice outside, I hope. It looks very bright. Okay, so initially I was gonna show the development process of this code, but it took me like 5 hours to write this, so I was like, alright, I'm not gonna rewatch all that and cut out scenes, you know, showing personal info or whatever as I look things up on the internet. But what I've made is, well, I showed it in the beginning of the video, but yeah, I'll just show like how that works now. So this is just, you know, like scrap code, something that runs right now because the full menu is going to take a while to develop, and I wanted to go outside tomorrow. So is this tracking images? I don't think so. Alright. So you've got main here, which is the OpenCV layer. If you look at this image right here, this OpenCV layer, that's main, which there's no, like this part here is not there. We're just going directly to the camera and interfacing with like the display and buttons. So where do I begin? Let's see. So to get the pass-through, I had to set up streaming. So you see this folder here, this class. I took this sample code from the PyCamera 2 library, where you can set up a basic local server and then it shows the live output of your camera. So I took the part where it creates these frame buffers, and then you just, you know, display that on the camera after you convert it to an NumPy array. But yeah, so start streaming command. You specify like the the size of the image being captured. So here I'm just matching the video camera. If you wanted to zoom in, you would multiply this size, and then you'd have to pan around, but that's extra code. I don't have that here. There's no like zoom either, so definitely like make something ready in a day so I can use it tomorrow, kind of thing. But yeah, so you've got those modes, and then you start streaming it using the video config. You can change modes, so and that the mode changing is just for when it takes a picture. So you call take picture, it changes to full, which is the photo mode, and then it takes a picture, and then it goes back to streaming again. Then we've got the buttons, which I had to remap these because I forgot that I had to wipe this Pi, so I lost like the stuff I wrote down. Anyway, I had to figure these out and get them working again. And then I found out, once I got the OLED code working, it's reset. The reset pin that it uses is, there's a conflict. It was using like 27, so I changed that to 26, GPIO 26. But yeah, the OLED, I took it from the Waveshare sample library, where they have like every display they ever made, it seems like, and like multiple platforms, STM32, Arduino. But yeah, I stripped everything out except for the 091 thing, 0.91 inch display. So back to main, we import those buttons, we're listening for them, and then there's a callback, which you send back here. This code is like trash. I literally was just throwing things in here, getting each part to work. So this callback right here, button pressed, That's what's running part of the state system. OpenCV, like this is the main like rendering loop, and depending on the state that the camera's in, it's showing different things. Like this is the live pass-through. You see the camera output frame. That comes from well, it comes from here. Like it sets self.frame, the output, and you store that right here. Self.output, streaming output. And yeah, you have to convert it to a NumPy array to display it. So you got this little wrapper here. Okay, so we talked about the streaming, we talked about the buttons, OLED. The next thing is showing the pictures. So when there's pictures in the system and you hit back like out of the pass-through, it'll show the pictures. And let's see, how does it do that? Yeah, it has pictures. So this flag gets turned on after you take a picture. And then yeah, you set it right here after you take a picture. And then oh yeah, sorry, this isn't a good name. It's saying like pictures image, as in the image that lists all the pictures. So yeah, here you're, what is that? Get out of here. So you're creating a blank white image right here. That's the ×255. And also the ones right here. Usually it's like MP0s, but this is the font style. You're writing the font to this image. This is the words you're writing, where it is, like XY coordinate. And then I think this is size 1. 3 was like way too big. It was like 30% of the screen. No correlation, I'm just saying. But yeah, so then we've got the base directory. We list all the files in the captured media folder, and then iterate and sort them so they're in descending order by the time they were taken. And then here we're just looping through like 8 of them and writing them on the screen. And then how you show the image is there's a callback whenever you touch the screen, and it's got the X and Y coordinates, so then it figures out what line you clicked on through here. Like as you're displaying them here, like computing the XY offsets, they're being stored with the reference to the file name here. So then you get the file name from the click, and then you render it back down here. Yeah, previous photo. So that's it. I mean, it's really basic, but I'll be able to take pictures with it. Unfortunately, I won't be able to pinch zoom, like, or you know, check if something is really in focus, but at least I can go outside. And then, oh, the OLED. Yeah, so I downloaded the example code, and then let's see. So they do this path joining thing so I can reference these folders, lib and pick. I really tried not to do that. Like I tried to pull these things in without that, but it just breaks it. So I was like, all right, forget it. I'll just make it work as it is. And yeah, you can see like I emptied everything out of these folders because there were a bunch of examples. And then I just made a generic draw text function based on their example. I liked the border they drew around the screen, so I kept that. And then yeah, you just pass in the text you want to draw. You can display like images too with bitmaps, but I wasn't going to make any of those right now. You can also like do animation by doing like a sequence of drawings, but those are all like advanced. So yeah, that's where it is. And this too, like when you run the OLED stuff, it runs before the main display shows. Like you could run those at the same time if you wanted to, like through threading. But there we go. I'm gonna put this somewhere because I want to sort it, or not sort it, organize it. The where the code is, because right now it's in Pelican, and I don't know if that makes sense. I might just put it in the JDC34 camera repo. Yeah, tomorrow will be fun though. Dude, that looks legit. It's like pointless to have that screen, but it's cool. It's there. Yeah, so unfortunately, the 2 amp DC-DC boost converter, I guess, is not enough to power this, because this OLED looks messed up like that unless I have it plugged in. I'm gonna wait till it's fully charged and see, but I think that's the problem. I have a 3 amp step-up converter thing. I mean, the thing is, they're like $15 each, so yeah. Yeah, so it seems like I don't have a choice. I have to put this thing in here because the OLED, it does not like the current power supply. So yeah, this is, you can see the numbers there. It puts out 3 amps, so you put in the whatever here, ground, and then the output. It's left oriented, so like V in is here, then the middle left is ground, then the right left is the output. So unfortunately I gotta take this thing apart and solder that in there. Damn. But yeah, because it's like this thing will only turn on if I have the charging thing here, and I've been charging this for a while, so I think, I don't know, I guess I can wait and see, like till it turns blue, that's when it's done. Well, it was unavoidable. I have to place the power supply, brand new charge, and it won't boot the OLED correctly. It just looks like garbage. So I gotta take it apart. Damn. I think this is going to be a one-off camera, just because the shape isn't good. It's cool to look at, but not use. Oh. I do wish I'd put the seams in, but the model was so messed up. It was hard to even just do that. At some point I gotta learn Fusion. Damn. Look at that meat. Lord. Oh, I can't see, it's in the shadow. Alright, so I'm hoping this is straightforward. What is not straightforward is the ground is shared, so that sucks. So we're swapping this, which puts out 2 amps, to this, which puts out 3 amps. Can't remember if these each cost $15 or they're each $5, but yeah, they're way more than these. It's got a lot more like capacitors and whatnot, so it's probably like a lot better. This is this puts out 5 volts specifically, so you don't have to like tune a pot potentiometer. In, out. Okay. Tin the leads a little bit. Not that it matters, but take this red VN. Yeah, it's a little tight. No. Yeah. I'm gonna do the demo, but oh yeah, it's pretty fast. Just a live pass through. It's not in focus, but there. Alright, just put that back in there. Oh, I guess I can do it now. Is it cool? Alright. That's pretty nasty. I use like really thick wires, so. Alright. Let's get a screw in there. Let's do the top. To the bottom middle. Oh, you can't see anything. My bad. Another screw in right here. I don't like that. It pulls it in. Well. Yeah, the design, like, one of the things I thought about is like the Nikon cameras where The battery's like this big bottom thing, but it's not shaped like this though. Extends more down than across. Alright, it's got working OLED. And we got this display. Look at that bad picture. There we go. You just tap it to